In a move that could reshape the entire landscape of labor rights across the Gulf, Saudi Arabia has officially abolished the decades-old kafala sponsorship system, a system that had long tied the fate of millions of migrant workers to their employers. This decision, part of the kingdom's Vision 2030 reform plan, is now being hailed as a historic milestone, granting over 13 million migrant workers newfound freedoms, the right to change jobs, travel, and live with dignity. However, within this new initiative that aligns with Vision 2030, there are indeed other aspects and components of the same vision that are not as widely celebrated or embraced. Instead, they are being disapproved of by Muslims around the globe. Nonetheless, the elimination of the kafala system brings relief to thousands of migrant workers who were trapped in their jobs and experiencing significant challenges under this system. The kafala system, established in the 1950s, was originally meant to regulate the employment of foreign workers in the Gulf. But over time, it evolved into a system that tied a worker's legal status to their employer, giving employers near total control over their workers' lives. Workers could not change jobs, leave the country, or even renew their residency permits without the employer's consent. Many faced withheld wages, confiscated passports, long working hours, and little to no recourse under the law. It became a system of dependency and, in some cases, a form of modern-day slavery. Now, under Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia has replaced the sponsorship model with a modern, contract-based employment system. Under the new framework, workers can change jobs freely after a contract ends, apply for exit and re-entry visas directly through digital platforms like Kiwa and Abshir, and leave the country without employer approval after giving due notice. Domestic workers, who were often the most vulnerable and had often been treated in a very inhumane manner, are now also included in these protections. Through the Musained platform, their contracts can be transferred, and they are guaranteed rest days, annual leave, and wage protection. These rights, which are so easily available to almost every employee in the world, were a dream for the migrant workers of Saudi Arabia. This is a monumental shift and source of great relief to those employees who have a long overdue recognition that every worker is a human being with rights, dignity, and honor. However, it's important to remember that not every reform under Vision 2030 has been welcomed with the same enthusiasm. Many of the so-called modernization efforts, like organizing Halloween parties, fashion festivals, mixed gender beaches, and concerts featuring global celebrities such as Jennifer Lopez, have been met with deep frowns by scholars and ordinary Muslims alike. And why wouldn't they? Every such reform was making the land of Saudi Arabia far away from Islam and closer to atheism. And even more shocking to many was the hosting of movie festivals near the holy city of Mecca, and the transformation of the surroundings of Masjid al-Haram into areas crowded with lavish hotels and skyscrapers, shifting the focus from spirituality to a tourism destination. But this step, the abolition of the kafala system, stands apart. It brings genuine hope, genuine relief, and genuine justice. This is a reform that is not taking the land of Saudi Arabia far from Islam. Rather, it is falling in line with Islam. Islam, since its earliest days, laid down powerful teachings about the rights of workers and the duties of employers at that time, when human rights abuses and slavery were at their peak all around the world. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Your employees are your brothers whom Allah has placed under your authority. So whoever has a brother under his charge, let him feed him from what he eats and clothe him from what he wears. Do not burden them with what they cannot bear, and if you do, then help them." These teachings were commands from Allah to treat every person under employment and under one's protection with dignity. Those were the values presented by Islam when no human rights and values were in existence. In the Holy Quran, Allah commands, "Indeed, Allah commands you to render trust to whom they are due, and when you judge between people, to judge with justice." By ending the kafala system, Saudi Arabia has, at least in this instance, taken a step closer to the laws of Allah. Rights organizations like Walk Free have called this reform a massive step forward for a nation that once ranked among the highest in prevalence of modern slavery. But they also remind us implementation is key. But there still remains a big hurdle to making this new rule: the practice of the land. New freedoms must not remain words on paper. They must be enforced in practice. There must be access to justice, awareness campaigns, and strict accountability to ensure no worker ever again faces abuse under a new name or system. The Saudi Ministry of Human Resources and Social Development has launched new reporting tools and partnerships with countries of origin to track and prevent abuse, a promising start. The abolition of the kafala system marks a new dawn for millions of workers from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, the Philippines, and beyond. Men and women who built Saudi Arabia's cities, hospitals, and industries. In this reform, we witness not just a political act, but a glimpse of Islamic justice reawakening within a modern state. While many reforms in today's world chase the glare of modernity, this, the ending of kafala, reminds us that true progress lies not in music and lights, but in following the rules and laws of Islam. That's all for today. If you found the video informative, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazakum Allahu khairan.